the birth of Prometheus. In the earliest dawn of the cosmos, before the rise of men and the reign of the Olympians, there was chaos, a swirling void where time and space were indistinguishable. From this primordial chaos emerged the Titans, ancient and powerful beings who would shape the contours of the universe. Among these Titans was Iapetus, who, with the Oceanid Clymene, gave birth to a child unlike any other. I was born in the twilight of the gods, in an age where creation was still fresh, and the boundaries between the divine and the mortal had not yet been firmly drawn. My father, Iapetus, was a Titan of formidable presence, his strength and authority unquestionable among his kin. My mother, Clymene, was a goddess of the seas, her eyes reflecting the mystery of the ocean's depths. From the moment I took my first breath, I was aware of my destiny. The air was thick with the essence of creation, and the sky above me was a canvas of shifting stars, each one a testament to the boundless potential of the universe. I felt a connection to this nascent world, a sense of purpose that went beyond the simple act of being. My name, Prometheus, meaning forethought, was a beacon of what I was to embody, a vision of the future, a harbinger of progress and enlightenment. The world I was born into was one of raw, untamed beauty. The earth was still young, its surface shaped by the primal forces of fire and ice. Mountains rose like the jagged teeth of ancient beasts, and rivers carved their way through the land, glistening under the light of a newborn sun. The heavens were a tapestry of swirling clouds and nascent stars, their light reflecting the promise and peril of the age. Among the Titans, there was a sense of unease, a recognition that the age of their dominion was nearing its end. The prophecies spoke of a new order, one that would be established by the Olympian gods, the children of the Titans. My father, Iapetus, often spoke of this coming change with a mixture of dread and defiance. He saw in me a spark that could either defy this destiny or shape it to our will. As I grew, I began to understand the complexity of the world around me. The Titans, despite their immense power, were often bound by their primal nature, their actions dictated by the forces that had birthed them. They wielded the elements with a crude, almost brutish force, lacking the finesse and foresight that could truly harness their potential. I spent my days wandering the vast landscapes of the earth, observing the interplay of nature's forces. I watched as the wind sculpted the mountains, as the waters nourished the valleys, and as the fires from the earth's core breathed life into the land. In these moments of solitude, I began to see the possibilities that lay beyond the reach of my kin. I saw a world not just of raw power, but of potential, a canvas upon which something greater could be painted. It was during these wanderings that I encountered the nascent forms of life, creatures struggling to survive in a harsh and unforgiving world. I watched as they adapted, evolved, and found ways to thrive amidst the chaos. Their resilience and ingenuity struck a chord within me. I saw in them a reflection of my own spirit, a desire to rise above the limitations imposed by the world. One day, as I sat by the banks of a great river, I felt a presence beside me. It was my mother, Clymene, her form shimmering like the surface of the water under the midday sun. She looked at me with eyes full of wisdom and sorrow, a goddess who understood the weight of the future that lay upon my shoulders. "Prometheus," she said, her voice a gentle ripple in the air, "you are destined for greatness, but greatness comes with a price. The world you see before you is both beautiful and cruel, and it will test you in ways you cannot yet imagine." I looked at her, feeling the gravity of her words. "Mother, I see a world full of potential, a world that can be shaped and guided. The creatures that inhabit it, they have the spark of life, but they lack the knowledge to harness it. I feel that it is my duty to help them, to guide them towards a brighter future." Clymene nodded, a sad smile playing on her lips. "Your foresight is a gift, my son, but it is also a burden. The gods are capricious, and they will not take kindly to your interference. You must be prepared to face their wrath." With her words echoing in my mind, I resolved to embrace my destiny. I would not be bound by the limitations of my kin, nor would I shy away from the challenges that lay ahead. I would use my gift of foresight to guide the world towards a future of enlightenment and progress, no matter the cost. As the years passed, I honed my abilities, learning to wield the elements with precision and purpose. I sought out knowledge from every corner of the earth, from the depths of the oceans to the peaks of the highest mountains. I delved into the mysteries of creation, seeking to understand the fundamental forces that shape the world. It was during these explorations that I first conceived the idea of creating life from clay. I saw in the malleable earth a potential to shape beings that could embody the spirit of progress and innovation. With careful hands, I molded the clay, infusing it with the essence of life and the spark of curiosity. These beings, these humans, were my greatest creation, a testament to the boundless potential of the world. As I watched my creations take their first steps, I felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They were fragile, yet filled with a determination and curiosity that mirrored my own. They were the future, a new generation that could rise above the constraints of their environment and reach for the stars. But I knew that their journey would not be easy. The gods, in their fear and jealousy, would seek to hold them back, to keep them in a state of perpetual ignorance and servitude. It was up to me to guide them, to protect them, and to ensure that their potential was realized. With a resolute heart, I set forth on my mission, determined to defy the gods and secure a brighter future for humanity. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but I was ready to face whatever challenges lay in my way. For I was Prometheus, the bringer of foresight, the harbinger of progress, and I would not rest until my vision of a better world was realized. The gift of fire. As the years passed, I watched over my creation with a mix of pride and concern. The humans, though fragile, showed remarkable resilience and adaptability. They learned quickly, mastering the basic skills necessary for survival. They built shelters from branches and stones, hunted game with sharpened sticks, and foraged for food in the lush forests. Their progress was heartening, yet I knew they needed more than just survival skills to truly thrive. One evening, as I sat atop a rocky outcrop overlooking a human settlement, the solution came to me. Fire. It was the element that could transform their existence, enabling them to cook their food, ward off predators, and provide warmth in the cold nights. More importantly, fire would ignite within them a desire to explore, innovate, and create. However, fire was the sacred domain of the gods, guarded zealously by Zeus himself. To bestow this gift upon humanity would be to defy the mightiest of the Olympians. The risks were immense, but the potential rewards were far greater. I made my decision with the clarity of purpose that had always defined me. Under the cover of night, I ascended to the heavens. The air grew thinner, colder, as I approached the abode of the gods. Olympus loomed above me, its peaks shrouded in mist and mystery. I moved with stealth and determination, every step a calculated risk. My destination was the sacred hearth of the gods, where the eternal flame burned bright and untamed. The hearth was a place of awe-inspiring power, its flames dancing with a life of their own. I reached into the heart of the fire, feeling its searing heat. Pain shot through me, but I did not falter. With a swift motion, I captured a portion of the divine flame in a hollowed reed and began my descent back to the mortal world. As I descended, the fire's warmth radiated through the reed, a beacon of hope and promise. When I reached the human settlement, the people gathered around me, their faces filled with curiosity and trepidation. I knelt down and placed the reed on the ground, releasing the captured flame. The fire sprang to life, its light banishing the shadows of the night. The reaction was immediate and profound. The humans stared in wonder, their eyes reflecting the dancing flames. They approached cautiously, feeling the warmth and marveling at the power they now possessed. I taught them how to tend the fire, how to use it to cook their food, and how to keep it alive through the coldest nights. The fire became the heart of their community, a symbol of their newfound strength and unity. With fire, humanity began to flourish. They forged tools from metal, created art that captured the beauty of their world, and delved deeper into the mysteries of existence. The fire kindled within them a spirit of curiosity and innovation, driving them to explore, to understand, and to shape their destiny. But this act of defiance did not go unnoticed. The gods, ever vigilant and jealous of their power, soon became aware of what I had done. Zeus, in particular, was furious. His wrath was a storm that shook the very foundations of the earth. He summoned a gathering of the gods on Olympus, his voice echoing with thunderous rage. Prometheus Zeus roared, his eyes blazing with anger. "You have stolen the divine fire and given it to the mortals, defying my will. For this transgression you shall suffer a punishment unlike any other." His words were a decree of doom. The other gods, bound by their loyalty to Zeus and their fear of his power, nodded in solemn agreement. Hephaestus, the smith of the gods, was ordered to forge chains of unbreakable adamantine. These chains would bind me to a desolate rock in the Caucasus Mountains, where an eagle, the emblem of Zeus' power, would feast upon my liver each day. My liver would regenerate each night, ensuring that my torment would never cease. As I was led away in chains, I looked back at the flickering fires that now dotted the landscape of the human world. Despite the pain that awaited me, a sense of satisfaction filled my heart. I had given humanity a chance to rise above their imposed limitations, to grasp their destiny with both hands. The flame of progress had been ignited, and no amount of divine wrath could extinguish it. Chained to the rock. The journey to my place of punishment was long and arduous. Hephaestus himself led the procession, his face a mask of sorrow and resignation. Though he carried out his orders with the skill and precision for which he was known, I could see the conflict in his eyes. He understood the price of defiance, the cost of challenging the will of Zeus. We arrived at a desolate peak in the Caucasus Mountains, a place of stark, unforgiving beauty. The wind howled through the crags, and the sky above was a stormy gray, reflecting the turmoil within my soul. Hephaestus secured the chains around my wrists and ankles, his hands steady but his eyes betraying his regret. "I'm sorry, Prometheus," he said quietly, his voice barely audible over the wind. "I have no choice." I nodded, understanding his plight. "Do not weep for me, Hephaestus. This is the path I have chosen. The fire I have given to humanity will burn bright, despite the suffering I endure." With a final sorrowful glance, Hephaestus turned and departed, leaving me alone on the desolate rock. As the hours passed, the weight of my chains pressed down upon me, and the reality of my eternal torment began to sink in. The sun dipped below the horizon, and the chill of night settled in. I closed my eyes, bracing myself for the torment that would come with the dawn. The first rays of sunlight brought with them the beating of wings. The eagle descended from the sky, its eyes gleaming with hunger and malice. It landed before me, its talons clicking against the stone. Without hesitation, it began its gruesome task, tearing into my flesh with savage precision. The pain was excruciating, a fiery agony that consumed my every thought. Yet through the torment, I held on to a single, unwavering truth. I had done the right thing. The suffering of one titan was a small price to pay for the enlightenment and progress of an entire species. As the eagle feasted upon my liver, I thought of the humans, of the fire that burned within their hearts and minds. That flame was my legacy, a beacon of hope and defiance against the tyranny of the gods. Endurance and defiance. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The eagle came each morning, its beak and talons inflicting the same relentless torment. My body healed each night, only to be ravaged anew with the dawn. The pain was unending, but so too was my resolve. In the solitude of my suffering, I found strength. I reflected on my actions, on the path that had led me to this point. I had defied the most powerful of the gods, and I had paid the price. Yet I had no regrets. The fire I had given to humanity was more than just a physical gift. It was a symbol of their potential, a spark that could ignite a revolution of thought and progress. My thoughts often drifted to the humans, to the world I had left behind. I imagined their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. I took solace in the knowledge that they were forging their own destiny, unbound by the whims of the gods. The fire had empowered them to shape their world, to rise above their limitations and strive for something greater. Visitors came occasionally, drawn by the tales of my punishment. Among them was Io, a mortal woman cursed by Zeus to wander the earth in the form of a heifer. She approached me one day, her eyes filled with a mixture of pity and curiosity. "Prometheus," she said, her voice trembling, "why do you endure such suffering? Why did you defy the gods?" I looked at her, seeing the weight of her own torment reflected in her eyes. "Because, Io, the future of humanity is worth any price. The fire I gave them is a symbol of their potential, a beacon of hope that cannot be extinguished by the cruelty of the gods. My suffering is but a small sacrifice for the greater good. Io nodded, understanding the depth of my conviction. Your courage gives me strength, Prometheus. I will continue my journey, knowing that there are those who will defy the gods for the sake of humanity. With that, she departed, leaving me once again in my solitude. Her visit, though brief, reaffirmed my resolve. I would endure this torment, not just for myself, but for the future of all who sought to rise above their fate. The prophecy. As the centuries passed, I became attuned to the subtle shifts in the world around me. The prophecies I had foreseen began to take shape, whispering of a time when Zeus's reign would be challenged. Among these whispers was a vision of my own liberation, a moment when my chains would be broken, and I would once again walk free. I knew that this was why his eagle was set to devour my liver, that organ so useful in divining the future. Zeus hoped that through this he could learn of and prevent this prophecy from being fulfilled. This prophecy was a source of hope, a reminder that my suffering would not be eternal. I knew that my fate was intertwined with that of the gods and mortals alike, and that my role in this realm of existence was far from over. The fire I had given to humanity was but the beginning, a first step towards a future where knowledge and progress would triumph over tyranny and ignorance. In my solitude, I continued to watch over humanity from afar. I saw their struggles and their triumphs, their moments of brilliance and their darkest hours. Through it all, the fire I had given them burned brightly, a testament to their indomitable spirit. They built civilizations, explored the farthest reaches of their world, and delved into the mysteries of the cosmos. Each new discovery, each step forward, was a vindication of my sacrifice. One night, as the stars shimmered in the vast expanse above, I felt a shift in the air. It was subtle, yet profound, a ripple that spoke of impending change. The prophecies whispered of a hero, a demigod who would defy the will of Zeus and bring about a new era. This hero, born of both divine and mortal lineage, would possess the strength and courage to challenge the mightiest of the gods. I knew that my liberation was drawing near, and with it, a new chapter in the story of humanity. The hero of prophecy was none other than Heracles, the son of Zeus and the mortal woman Alcmene. Heracles, renowned for his strength and valor, had embarked on a series of labors to prove his worth and atone for the sins inflicted upon him by Hera, the queen of the gods. The arrival of Heracles. The day of my deliverance began like any other, with the relentless sun rising over the barren peaks and the familiar beating of the eagle's wings. The creature descended upon me, its talons and beak poised to inflict their daily torment. As I braced myself for the pain, a shadow fell across the rocky landscape. I looked up to see a figure standing tall and resolute, a glint of determination in his eyes. Heracles had arrived. With a mighty roar, Heracles charged at the eagle, his club raised high. The eagle screeched in fury, but it was no match for the strength of the demigod. With a single, powerful blow, Heracles struck the creature down, its lifeless body falling to the ground. The air was filled with the scent of victory, the promise of liberation. Heracles approached me, his eyes filled with a mixture of respect and resolve. "Prometheus," he said, his voice strong and steady, "I have come to end your suffering and fulfill the prophecy." I nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude and hope. "Thank you, Heracles. Your courage and strength are a testament to the potential of humanity. I have waited long for this day." With a determined expression, Heracles took hold of the chains that bound me. His muscles bulged with effort as he pulled and strained against the unbreakable bonds. The chains groaned and creaked under the immense pressure, until finally, with a resounding snap, they shattered into pieces. The weight that had held me captive for centuries fell away, and I collapsed to the ground, free at last. Freedom and reflection. As I stood up, the sensation of freedom was almost overwhelming. The air felt different, the world brighter. I stretched my limbs, feeling the strength returning to my body. Heracles watched me with a satisfied smile, knowing that he had played a crucial role in a momentous event. "Thank you, Heracles," I said, my voice filled with emotion. "You have done more than just free me. You have restored my faith in the potential of humanity." Heracles nodded, his expression thoughtful. Your gift to humanity, Prometheus, has changed the world. The fire you gave them burns brightly, a symbol of their resilience and ingenuity. It is only fitting that you should be free to continue guiding them. With those words, we parted ways. Heracles returned to his labors, his legacy forever intertwined with mine. I, too, had a renewed sense of purpose. I had endured unimaginable torment, but I had emerged stronger, more determined than ever to aid humanity in their quest for knowledge and progress. Returning to humanity. As I made my way back to the world of humans, I marveled at the changes that had taken place in my absence. The civilizations they had built were a thing that evoked anger in the jealous gods. Cities rose from the earth, their towers reaching towards the heavens, and roads crisscrossed the land, connecting people and ideas in ways I had never imagined. I walked among them, a silent observer, watching as they harnessed the power of fire and light to push the boundaries of their understanding. Their art, science, and philosophy flourished, each generation building upon the achievements of those who came before. I saw the fire in their eyes, the same fire that had driven me to defy the gods and give them the gift of enlightenment. In the quiet moments, I would reveal myself to those who sought wisdom and guidance. I became a mentor to scholars and inventors, a source of inspiration to those who dared to dream beyond the confines of their world. My presence was felt in their breakthroughs and discoveries, a silent hand guiding them towards a brighter future. Prometheus, as an eternal ally. With each passing century, my bond with humanity grew stronger. I saw their potential and their flaws, their moments of greatness and their darkest hours. Yet through it all, I remained steadfast in my belief in their ability to overcome any obstacle. The fire I had given them was more than just a physical gift. It was a symbol of their indomitable spirit, their unyielding desire to explore, create, and innovate. In the modern age, as technology and knowledge advance at an unprecedented pace, I continue to watch over humanity. The challenges they face are different, but the essence of their struggle remains the same. They seek to understand their world, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and to create a better future for themselves and their descendants. I am Prometheus, the bringer of foresight, the harbinger of progress. My journey has been one of suffering and sacrifice, but it has also been one of hope and triumph. I have seen the best and worst of humanity, and I remain their greatest ally in a universe that is, at best, indifferent and, at worst, malevolent. Final reflections. As I stand on the precipice of a new era, I reflect on the journey that has brought me here. The world is a place of boundless potential, filled with challenges and opportunities. Humanity's quest for knowledge and progress is a testament to their resilience and determination. They are the legacy of my defiance, the proof that even in the face of the greatest adversity, the spirit of innovation and discovery cannot be extinguished. To all who seek to push the boundaries of their understanding, to those who dare to dream and create, I offer this final message. The fire that burns within you is a gift, a symbol of your potential. Nurture it, protect it, and let it guide you towards a future of endless possibilities. The journey may be fraught with challenges, but know that you are not alone. I, Prometheus, am with you, an eternal ally in your quest for enlightenment and progress. In the end, it is not the gods who shape your destiny, but your own indomitable spirit. The fire of knowledge and progress will continue to burn brightly, lighting the way for generations to come. And as long as that flame endures, so too will the legacy of Prometheus, the bringer of fire, the champion of humanity.